Cancel culture is just so stupid. What happens to just telling someone, hey moron, don't call him a fatty. If you want to address his weight, say he's fat.
Actually, you will find addressing the fact I am fat is fat shaming, so I will now cancel you on Twitter. Cancelled.
What? I was trying to help you.
Missing someone.
See, I'm not even a fan of cancel culture, especially what it is now. Like, I agree with some cases, where they've gone out of hand, 100%. But most cases are just ridiculous. Look, in this video, I'm going to be breaking it down by what it is, why it's so stupid, and if you're ever in a risky situation, then how could you resolve it? And at the end of it, I'll conclude. So, let's start this.
Missing someone.
Now you might be wondering, what is cancel culture? Well, cancel culture is when crazy people,
Excuse me, did you just call me crazy?
mentally deranged people.
Did you just call me mentally deranged?
See, there's no way of winning this argument.
I'm going on Twitter and canceling you right now.
Anyway, cancel culture is, you know what? I'm going to let Wikipedia explain this.
Cancel culture is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles. Technically, you're fucked.
Look, in the beginning, I get it. It was great. It was helping against racism, sexism, and all that kind of stuff. But now it's just spiraled into something else. Like, yeah, it's great when it went against Weinstein and the R. Kellys of the world, but not in just attacking everyone in general. Now, let's get to the main bit. Why it's so stupid.
Missing someone.
So why is cancel culture so stupid? Well, I'm going to use Jubilee's video over here to cover the same points that they did on their video, plus an extra bit. So let's start with the first one.
I would buy an artist's work even if they committed a violent crime.
Look, I get what they're trying to say, however, it is subjected to crime, because all the best rappers, they've all committed a crime, especially really good ones. You know what I mean? I don't want to listen to some Kid Bop kind of rap. For fuck's sake, the baby, he shot a guy in Walmart. Imagine how that went. Clean up an R5, clean up an R5. Look, I agree. When an artist commits a violent crime, they should be punished for it. However, I don't think they should be cancelled, especially the art, because the artist isn't the same as the art. Like, if we're punishing, for example, Michael Jackson, can't I listen to young Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson from Jackson 5 was never a paedophile. And if we're not allowed to listen to artist music in general because they committed a crime, even if it is in the future, then in that case, Cardi B should be cancelled, because in the past, she used to drug people. She even admits it.
12 seconds later.
And I drop up and I rob them. That's what I used to do.
So cancel culture, if you're going to cancel someone, start with Cardi B. Sorry, Cardi B fans.
Cancel culture is out of control.
I 100% agree with that. Like, they are completely out of control. Look what happened to James Charles. Like, I didn't even know of James Charles' existence, alright? And then all of a sudden, he became cancelled. Like, because of someone else's words, not even James Charles' words. Like, he had to bring out receipts to prove he was innocent. Look, James Charles appeared on one of the Paul brothers' podcasts, the Better Paul podcast, to talk about it. For some weird reason, James was hanging out with the Dan Bazarian lookalike, but let's just get to the video.
Cancel culture is fucking stupid. Like, I think that people learn through ignorance. I think that it's ridiculous to assume that everybody is just these amazing, woke, all knowledgeable people that can know every detail and all history surrounding all issues. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. The people who cancelled him act like nothing happened and now they're re-following him, even though they only heard Tati's point and never heard his side of the argument. Like, they should really just beg him for, like, his forgiveness and stuff. Because the poor guy was so frustrated during the podcast, so he ended up sounding like a phone on vibrate mode.
I think I got you beat on scale. Bigger.
I would disagree 1,000,000%.
And James wasn't even the only one that received cancel culture's out of controlness. Like, Joe Rogan got almost cancelled because of something that someone else on a podcast said, and they were trying to cancel him because he was the more famous one. J. Cole almost got cancelled because of a lyric, even though he didn't say the word specifically, he just said it on a lyric. It just seems so out of control that it's ridiculous. It's like anything that's said is taken so literal. And in that case, all my videos are fucked. Before you know it, I'll be on TV trying to apologize for my jokes.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years.
The public should hold celebrities accountable when the justice system fails.
Dude, that's fucking ridiculous. How are you gonna get the public to judge? Like, Michael B. Jordan, look what happened to him. He was in a boat in Italy that had a lot of white people, and then they started thinking, the public started thinking, oh wait, he only dates white women, even though he never said it. The only issue with this photo is the amount of people on that boat. Look what Michael B. Jordan said about it.
Right now, okay? I'm traveling around. And newsflash, okay? All right? Yeah. There's not a lot of black women in Italy, okay? It's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's not, okay? Oh, plug it.
So should we let the public judge? No, of course not. Now, let's get to my last point before I resolve this. Dude, we just need to stop having expectations for celebrity or people in general because everyone makes mistakes. I'm sure that someone in Walmart that works there has tweeted or said something racist. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop going to Walmart. The only reason why I don't go to Walmart is because, well, I live in the UK.
Missing someone.
So how do you resolve it? Well, it depends on what you did. If it's something like Michael B. Jordan where you didn't do anything criminally or morally wrong, then obviously you don't need to apologize. But if it's something that you did do wrong or something that you do regret now, then by all means do apologize. And if you haven't been caught yet, then delete the post. If whatever you done wrong was morally or criminally wrong, then yeah, apologize. 100% apologize, especially if you believe it. Don't do it just for the sake of it. If you believe that what you did was wrong and you feel sorry for it, do apologize. But don't do that, apology mistakes like when YouTubers inhale during intros. And don't lawyer up too much, right? You don't want it to sound too professional, not your own words. Due to my homophobic previous nature, I do not agree with my immature behavior in the past. And finally, don't try to justify it at all. Look, I was homophobic 25 years ago, but to be fair, who wasn't?
That was by far the suckiest answer.
At the end of the day, you have to address how you actually feel. And if you still agree with the statement you made in the past, then don't apologize. No matter how wrong your opinion is to other people's opinion, or morally or criminally wrong, there's no point of apologizing. However, for people who have learned from their mistakes and regret decisions and things and tweets and whatever they've made in the past, then do apologize. Everyone makes mistakes. The current president, Joe Biden, in 2008 said this.
Senator, do you support gay marriage?
No, Barack Obama nor I support redefining from a civil side what constitutes marriage. We do not support that. That is basically a decision to be able to be left to the faith and people who practice their faith, the determination what you call it.
And if we can move on from Joe Biden saying this just in 2008, then we should easily be able to move on for stuff that celebrities said ages ago as well. They've all learned, and plus, they don't affect our life as much as politicians. Look, if you do decide to apologize, then make sure the first one's always a good one, and make sure that you don't edit it or make it sound weak, but don't keep apologizing, because cancel culture will never be happy with it. You apologize, then you move on and try to better yourself. Look what James Charles says about it.
Like, you should not apologize if it's something that's fucking stupid, because then that's one, ingenuine, and two, then going to start the narrative that you will owe people an apology for everything that you do.
Which is the worst.
And another thing, there was a comic called Ralphie May. Way before cancelling, he was in trouble for making a joke about Native Americans. It was that old joke of his. He's passed away, unfortunately, but although he made this joke and it did offend the Native Americans, rather than him running away from it, or this is pre-cancel culture, by the way, what happened is he hired a comedian to open for him called Adriana Chapaher. I'm pretty sure I've said it completely wrong. Sorry. Anyway, she's a young Native American, and from that, he learned from his mistakes. He understood more. He didn't run away from it. He learned from it. And as long as you learn from the mistakes and you regret it in a sense, if you believe it's wrong and you learned from it, then that's far better of approach than anything a cancel culture thing can ever do. Remember, delete everything you have now, apologize if you need to, and make sure you don't get caught again. Let's conclude.
Missing someone.
To conclude this video, from a guy who's been cancelled many times, and one of the pulls that isn't actually the worst pull, he actually summed it up best. You know what? Let's just play it.
The bigger you get, the more mistakes you make, some of the successes you make, the more humble you get. The more you start to move with humility and grace and become a fully well-rounded person. Because I don't know one person who's perfect by only winning. It just doesn't happen.
Look, everyone's made mistakes, and we shouldn't really punish anyone for their mistakes they've made in the past unless they still believe it. Then in that case, we should argue against them, and if they've done something criminal, then yeah, we should punish them for it. And to be honest with you, the courts are way better than public opinion. But my rants have lasted long enough, so get off your computer, go outside, because all the cancel culture are just online. Go outside, you're starting to become pale, get some sun.
Excuse me, we like to call ourselves ultra vampirism and not pale, and for that reason you are now cancelled.
The fuck?
Missing someone.
If you end up stumbling on this video trying to do an essay or something about cancel culture and you're thinking to yourself, the fuck did I end up stumbling on? Well, I would recommend, if you want real, legitimate, perfect arguments that are said way better, check out Double Down News. Aisha Akambi, she does a bit, sorry if I messed up the name, but she does a bit about cancel culture, and she does it really intelligently, like a really smart analysis, unlike my ridiculous rants. But aside from that, I've been Mo Magalio. Cool.
Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
Missing someone.